Welcome to Sleeping with Sarah. I'm Sarah Albritton, a narcoleptic comedian, and this is the podcast where I interview people in my bed and we talk about sleep, comedy, and relationships. This week, I interviewed comedian Jasmyn Carter. We had a really fun conversation, talked about tattoos, her having to have brain surgery earlier this year. We talked about online support groups and what you do when you wake up and your Instagram has completely disappeared, and much, much more. It was a really fun conversation. So because Jasmyn did have this surgery earlier this year, she decided to release an album that just came out on August 13th. It's on iTunes. You can buy it right now. It's called Too Much Head, which is all jokes about her being diagnosed and her surgery of Chiari Malformation, which we talk more about in the podcast. So please buy that on iTunes, and you can also buy it on Amazon Music as well. It's only $5.60, I think. So it's like the same price as like a pumpkin spice latte. So go buy her album. You can also follow Jasmyn on Instagram. It's at __Jasmyn. That's JASMYN. So you can follow her there. Sleeping with Sarah is brought to you by audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/sleepingwithsarah to get a free audiobook of your choice. This week, I'd like to recommend A Dream About Lightning Bugs by Ben Folds. Again, that's audibletrial.com/sleepingwithsarah. If you want to catch me live in LA, I've got a show coming up this Sunday, August 18th at Bar Lubitsch. The show's Wild and Weird Comedy that I produce with Catherine Pavanelli and Kristen Lumberg. Super fun. We have a different ice sculpture every show, and we smash it at the end, which is super dope. And we've got a great lineup this month, so you should totally check it out. It's at Bar Lubitsch on Sunday the 18th. Doors at 8, show at 8:30 p.m. If you like this podcast, please write a review on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you listen to the podcast. That helps so much. I really appreciate every person that's rated us or reviewed us. And if you want to follow me on social stuff, it's at Sarah Albritton on Twitter and Instagram. Well, let's get started with the show. Sarah. Welcome to Sleeping with Sarah. I'm in bed with my guest, Jasmyn Carter.
Hi.
How'd you sleep last night, Jasmyn?
I slept good.
Yeah?
I had a good sleep.
Yeah?
It was good. What did I do? Worked out.
Do you smoke weed before you sleep?
I do, but not yesterday. I don't think I did.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Not like to get high, just to make me sleep. I don't like being high. I get anxious.
You get anxiety?
Yeah, I really hate being high.
See, being high helps me with anxiety, which is an interesting thing. I guess if I take that back. I definitely had the moments where I've had too many edibles, and it was like...
I would never do edible. I would be upset if I didn't know that something wasn't edible.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. You'd be high too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't like it.
You like to be in control.
Yes, I do. Like to be in control.
That makes sense. What's your tattoo over here?
This is dark, but it's a comedy tattoo here. I got it 3 months into comedy because I just knew I was going to be a comedian for the rest of my life. So you got the laugh now, cry later.
Oh.
With the microphone and the rose.
I'm sorry for podcast listeners. You can't see it exactly, but it's on her arm. It's got a big microphone on one side that goes to the rose, and then you got the laugh and cry facial symbols.
Yeah.
So wait, you knew 3 months in that you were going to be a comedian?
I knew the first time, but I was like, this is it. This was my commitment. I was like, I'm never going to stop. Can't stop, won't stop. That's basically what happened.
All right. So had you performed before at all, or was it just your first time ever on a stage when you did stand-up?
No, I have never performed stand-up before, and then when I did it the first time, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing forever. I just knew.
You just knew that was
sometimes you just know, yeah.
Man.
I was so sure.
And how, because you're fairly young. You're what, 22?
24.
24.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you started?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that first
mic?
What made you But were you just like, oh, I think I'll try this, and then...
Well, I was doing the videos, and I was like, well, what's next, you know, because I was hearing stories about, like, people who had a bunch of followers, and they would get shows, and they would bomb, and I was like, well, I don't want to be like that. But, you know, you make excuses for yourself because you're scared, and you're like, oh, I'm away to... I get material, which you're never going to have material until you do it, and I had a bad breakup, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get famous, you know how I'm going to do it? I'm going to go to the open mic, and I'm going to perform stand-up. That was what I literally said, and it was... I was there like 2 hours early in my college town, Kent, Ohio, at the Euro Gyro back in 2015, and I did it. And I was drinking mango, 3 olives. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what I talked about, but I remember there was a guy who went before me. He was like a Christian rapper or something, a big white dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird, but I was like, yeah, that's it. I knew it. And I felt good. I felt great for like a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel real good.
So did you immediately go and do another mic, or did you, like, sit in that, like, enjoyment?
I sat in it. I used to do, because that was the only open mic I knew of, and I knew that it was another show on Monday that was, like, book shows, but I didn't know anybody, and the last time I went there, they were telling racist jokes, so I really wasn't in a hurry to get there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that wouldn't be, like, a place you'd want to be.
Yeah, I wasn't in a hurry, so, so the next week, the next Sunday, I went up, and then the next Sunday I went up, and then I started to do more, go to Cleveland and go do that. And then, yeah.
You mentioned that you said that you did videos and stuff. So you were doing YouTube content and stuff like that beforehand?
Instagram and Vine,
yeah. Vine, too?
Yeah. Since Vine 2013 is when I did the videos, but I used to do pictures in 2012. I used to do, like, these little comic book strips. Like, it'd be 4 pictures of me, like a grid. And I'll have, like, words over them, and they'll say something funny. Because there wasn't no videos at the time, and I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I thought YouTube was where people watch porn. I was a kid. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know people were doing sketches. I didn't even know what sketches was. I thought I was the only person when I was doing it, and then there was a whole community of people, and it was way more saturated now, but at the time, it was like a little community, and we all knew each other, and we still know each other. Some of the people I've known since 2013, and I just recently met them for the first time.
In person. In real life.
Yeah, so it was great.
That's so interesting to know someone for years and years.
Never met them till now.
Like, did you ever FaceTime with them, or was it all, like, chatting?
We'd be in, like, huge group messages. Some people would call me, and some people would talk on FaceTime. But for the most part, we'd just, like, text or comment on each other's Instagram stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So all about the IG then.
Yeah, this is where I committed most of my works.
Have you? So since Vine is dead, have you tried TikTok at all?
Yeah, when TikTok first came around, I tried it, but I didn't like it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
Isn't it just supposed to be like Vine, but like 5 seconds longer?
It's like Vine, but what people do on TikTok is that they take audio from somewhere else and reenact it.
Oh, existing.
Basically, kind of. Some of it, a lot of it is that.
I've heard some. Yeah, now that you mention that, I think I've heard some comedians that have had issues with someone taking somebody else's joke.
Malcolm Hatchet was guy.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and I told this dude like, "Yo, you need to." That's my friend. And he was like, well, do you have proof? I got it off TikTok. I was like, that is his joke. Like, that is literally his voice. Like, it's nothing else.
So TikTok, you can use audio from anywhere.
I don't know where the audio comes from, but yeah, this audio from, it can be like a song or something that went viral. I guess there's a lot of stand-up stuff on there. Oh. So I don't know. But TikTok has, like, reached out a couple of times to get, like, a sponsorship or, like, a partnership with them. But I wasn't interested in TikTok.
Yeah. Sorry, TikTok.
I like original works, you know. Vine was cool, but I like I like sketches.
Yeah.
You know, you can get with it, or you can't. You don't have to. It's not like, I don't think TikTok is going to overpower Instagram and YouTube. I don't think that. Or Facebook Watch or anything. I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
Anytime soon. So I'm not concerned.
Yeah. That's cool. So you moved here shortly after I did, right? You moved here like
July.
Last year. It's been a year.
Yeah.
So we're both about a little over a year in.
Welcome.
Yeah, and you had another thing we have in common. I mean, mine was much more minor than yours. We both had surgery in the last year.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Mine was much more. Yeah, clearly, mine was much more minor than yours.
Yeah.
And you wrote a whole show on yours. Right?
I did. Yeah, I did. It's out August 13th. Too much head.
Too much
everywhere.
Head. I love that name.
Mina came up with the name.
Yeah?
Because I was going to do brain damage, but Sinbad had something called that. So she did too much head. And I was like, all right, whatever. You know, sex sales or whatever. It's cute.
I mean, we're on a podcast called Sleeping with Sarah, so which surprisingly was available. SleepingWithSarah.com was available.
Oh,
so you should look. Too much, yeah. Is that you can look at, it's weird because I think that would be taken up by like some like porn site or something.
That's what I was thinking. No, it's your site.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a porn site.
No, I thought I wasn't gonna. No. Before I named the podcast, I looked up all the things to make sure I could have, and SleepingWithSarah.com. Available.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I definitely would have porn on there if that was if I was into that. Yeah, that's
what happened, if you don't mind telling that story.
It's a birth defect. Didn't know I had it. Chiari Malformation is 3 types. Most adults have 1, and like children have like 2 or 3. So just one day it was just random. Like I used to work out 5 days a week. Healthy, ripped, and then randomly I was just numb on my right side, and it was like a burning in the back of my head, and I was like, well, that's pretty weird, it's never happened before, and then it just kept happening.
You're young and healthy, and that's
23, I'm like, okay, well, what's happening? So it just would keep happening, like my whole right side. It started like
your arm and your leg and everything
I could move it, but like it was like burning in my head, and then it went to like my arm, and then it was like my face, and then it was my leg.
Wow.
This whole right side.
That's scary.
So it was weird, and none of my doctors cared. They all kept saying I had anxiety, and it was migraines. So I went to the hospital like 4 times, and they kept telling me because I'm young.
It's so frustrating because misdiagnosis is,
it kills people.
It really does. Yeah. And, like, I think that sometimes it's just going to the right doctor. Like, it took me after 2 years going to a neurologist.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I know what's wrong with you. And it's like, oh, why don't all doctors know?
Because the ER doctor is supposed to help people not die. That's it. They're not there to diagnose. So I was in the hospital like 3 or 4 times. And then I went to a different doctor. And first of all, I'm going to say this. I cannot stand like male pediatricians. Mm-hmm. I cannot. For women, because they don't get it. They don't understand us. They don't care.
And they also try to minimize the pain.
Really? Like, oh my God. Like, it kills me.
Like, totally minimizing the pain.
Not pediatricians, whatever.
Yeah, male doctors.
Those guys.
Because I feel like they're like, oh, no, I think they kind of assume women are emotional. And that's also why a lot of women are misdiagnosed for heart attacks. Like, it's a lot harder for the symptoms. Because the heart attack pain is equal to, like, cramps. And guys don't fucking... They did research on that. Like, that's the thing. Because we have a different level of pain tolerance. So that when a woman comes in, it's like, hey, I'm in pain, believe her. Right.
So that doctor, then I went to a woman of color, a doctor. Okay, yeah. She was like Indian or something, and she cared. She was like, well, it might be a nerve thing, but just in case, I'm gonna write you, send you, because you got to get referred to a neurologist. Yeah. So I was looking for a neurologist, and then I found one. He was nice, white guy. He was super nice. And then we did the MRI. And
did you do a CAT scan and stuff? Yeah.
It didn't show up on the CAT scan, so they did an MRI. So in the MRI, he called me like 2 days later. This is after New Year's. It's like January 5th or something. Mm-hmm. The MRI was like January 3rd. So he called me. He's like, hey, so we got your MRI. You got Chiari Malformation. You can look it up. We gonna do a brain surgery. Look it up. So I'm like... What? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, and over that course of time, before the MRI, I got into a car accident in Houston. So we got...
I remember about that. Yeah.
Before a show, had a concussion, which is my second concussion in 2 years. And so that made everything worse. That, like, on Christmas, my leg locked up and I couldn't walk. So, like, you got, like, partial paralysis and then I was nauseous oh my God, I was nauseous every day. Like a pregnant lady. It was ridiculous. It was like, I couldn't lift over 10 pounds without feeling like I'm going to pass out. I was holding the baby and I had to sit down because I was going to fall straight back.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so then we had the surgery. It was very fast.
Did you have the surgery in LA or in Cleveland?
I had it here, but I did go back for the second opinion, and Cleveland didn't want to do it. They was like, nah, and I was like, well, I'm getting worse. Like, they kept saying, like, this other thing is like POTS, where my body can't, if you have, like, prolonged illness, your body can't control blood pressure properly. Mm-hmm. So, it's like a salt intake because everyone doesn't have to get surgery with the Chiari, but it just depends on how severe your symptoms are. And I'm active.
And how your body's reacting.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to, play basketball and I fall and I'm paralyzed or die in my sleep.
Yeah,
and some stuff scary. Like that. I'm very in shape. I shouldn't have sleep apnea. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that, and then it was like have a high salt diet and then work out, but the salt irritates the Chiari, so it was like whatever. So I just decided to do the surgery with black doctor Langston Holly, neurosurgeon. Dope. He was funny. He wasn't funny.
Do you think that I feel like the doctors in LA are like happier than any other doctor I've ever been in? Like I see happy everywhere else I've gone to doctors, Chicago, Louisville, not necessarily happy. They're fine, but like in LA, they're like happy.
They're so happy. He was so nice.
I've never seen happier doctors.
The specialty doctors are very, very happy, very nice. Like I seen a cardiologist, and they were super nice too. But so we did it. It was very fast. So diagnosed like January 5th, and then surgery February 25th, and then now today is August something.
Yeah. And it took a while for your hair. So did you change your hair a little bit for the?
No, my hair was already cut in the back. I just left the patch from surgery just to let it grow. It was this, and then I cut it down to that little growing out of rat tail.
Yeah.
So no one you don't even see the scar, but some people have like really big scars, like half their head, or like. Man. It's bad. It's like it's crazy.
It's good that you caught it fast, and so now it's good. Like it's not gonna.
Oh no, you still deal with it. It's just so I won't die. I won't be paralyzed. I won't have I should not have.
Oh, so this is still something you're gonna live with.
Yeah, there's no cure. So it releases the tension off of your brain and your what's that called? Your spine.
So does it prevent a brain aneurysm? Is that what it's preventing?
No, it's just preventing further damage.
Okay.
Basically.
That's good.
Because people fall out or they balance off balance and have seizures and die in their sleep.
That's scary.
Paralyzed. Don't want to be paralyzed if I had a choice.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. Well, it's weird because I have sleep paralysis, which is where you feel like you're paralyzed when you're first waking up. So and that's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
And so that's a weird thing. That's the closest I've understood paralysis in real life.
It's ridiculous. It's so crazy. Some people are worse than others. I'm lucky I'm young, so the future is bright.
Yeah, you got a real positive outlook on it.
Because I'm in a support group and those people are so negative. It is ridiculous.
Oh, I am part of some narcolepsy support groups on Facebook, and some people are really negative about it.
They're so negative.
And but I also realize that sometimes I'm really lucky because when I got diagnosed, I had time to figure out my right medication so I could go to college and be away from family. And you're already out here when you were diagnosed, so it's I already knew how to live on my own with my disorder and deal with it versus depending on people. And some people have just depended on people their whole life.
Lives.
And they kind of get stuck in that. And I'm not saying that some of them don't need it, but I find when I go home, I find myself getting into bad habits.
Yeah. People take care of you at home. So these people are ridiculous. I seen one time somebody was in the support group, they was do you guys think that what we have is worse than cancer? And it was some people yes. I was are you freaking kidding me? Cancer? What?
Yeah.
No. I get it. This is especially because no one has even heard about it, and so many people have it, and it goes undiagnosed like crazy.
Yeah.
It's it's horrible pain. I'm in pain right now, but you learn to deal with it. It's whatever. But I would take this over cancer, and they thought it was MS. So I take this over that, and I take this over lupus and all types of diseases. That's my God, there's so much pain. These people really think that this is worse than cancer. It's you're sick. Yeah. You are sick and you feel sorry for yourself, and you shouldn't.
No, I get a lot of people too complaining just about shitty people that are dating. They're my boyfriend doesn't understand it.
They get that too.
You sleep, and it's just bitch, dumb fat ass.
Right.
But the thing is, I used to keep my shit secret, and then when I started opening up and talking about it on stage, it's people know, I say first date, hey, by the way, I got this weird thing. If we gonna fuck, like, this is some shit that might go down if I'm staying the night. You better deal with it.
And you know? Sleep, yeah.
Like, that, you better be a heavy sleeper, otherwise it's not gonna work out.
That's so funny, because the same a lady was like, hey, I told my husband or my boyfriend about what I have, and he dipped. Like, should I tell people when I'm dating? I was like, it's not AIDS. You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah. And if they can't deal with it, then leave them. Like, why are you letting this thing control you? Like, it's not even that serious. People are crazy. Yeah. They don't have no real problems.
Yeah, support groups, I check in on them and I try to help people out when they're like wanting, because we had doctors that would push certain medications that weren't like good. You know, this is back before I think in 2014 they had a law with like different pharmaceuticals not being able to like bribe doctors basically. Yeah. But before that, the doctors used to like really push certain medications, and that particular medication didn't work for me. Mm-hmm. And they keep trying to push this one medication. I'm just like, hey, FYI, that med didn't work for me. These two meds work for me. I've taken them for over 10 years and I'm fucking doing great. You know? So just because they keep pushing and you're like, oh, that doesn't work. I was like, it made me crazy. It didn't work. Yeah. It conflicted with my birth control. My doctor didn't tell me it was going to conflict.
Oh my God. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Yeah. I try to stay out of it too. And what I've noticed about these LA doctors, and what they do with young people, I'm not sure what they do with older folks, but they try to keep you off of medication. They try. It's like, I can give you this, but it's going to do this, that to you. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. You know?
I wish I could be that. Like, I wish I could be the point. But if I don't have medicine, I just sleep 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know? I wish I could.
With some things, you know, sometimes you need medication, and in my case, I try to stay away from it because I don't.
And it's also a pain in the ass because I had to get a prescription filled today. I had to go to 4 pharmacies.
Oh my God!
That's why I missed the mic of the improv. I was gonna go to the improv mic, and I was like, nope, I gotta go to 3 more.
75 pharmacies to get my pills, yo.
With these substance abuse things, like people with, you know, wanting these, because mine's like a class 1, the highest like drug. They only give you like 30 pills for 30 days. So I had to fill it like right when I get it, and it's all like complicated. So they can't call. If I'm at one CVS, they can't call a different CVS and find out if they have it. I have to physically go there and ask because they're afraid of people like trying to rob the store for the drugs or something.
Oh my God, what are you taking? What's it called?
No, I mean, I take Vyvanse and Ritalin. It's not like that different,
okay.
But because they're like whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Because it's a certain class of drug or whatever, I think they're not allowed to disclose. Like, if you call, I can't call a pharmacy and be like, hey, do you have this?
You gotta, yeah, that makes sense. I get it.
It's not my record, though. I had to go to 8 different pharmacies when I was in Florida once.
Oh, God. You'd be like, oh, I'm supposed to be asleep on this whole trip.
I also love your tattoo.
Which one?
The one on the back of
your
neck.
The zipper?
The other, sorry, more tattoo talk for you podcast listeners. No, because it represents invisible disabilities.
Yeah.
Which I think is really great, because I think that those aren't really understood that much.
Yeah, so, you know, it didn't hurt either. I don't know if it's, like, because of surgery, but it didn't hurt at all.
How many tattoos do you have?
5.
5?
There's 1, 2. This is the first one I got with my friends. We're no longer friends anymore. This right here is a Will Smith quote. The first step is you have to say you can. And I have an unk on my side. I'm not going to show you because they can't see that. No, but it's right here.
I like that you're like, this is for a friend that... oh, very cool. It's for a friend that we're... I know someone that was married that had a ring tattooed on their finger, and then they're not married anymore either.
Like, what do? You get a cover up. I will never get matching tattoos with a person ever again.
Yeah. I'm afraid, I always said this before, it's like, I'm afraid of commitment as it is. Just to put something on my body for the rest of my life is like hard.
So you have no tattoos?
No tattoos.
Wow. I have 5. I ain't counting them. Keep going.
I've been looking at maybe a different representation of narcolepsy somewhere. Like, it's something like I'll have forever, you know, like, so maybe something cool like that. I know. There's actually a couple cute ones I've seen in the support. So that's one post I do like to look at. Is when people are like, tattoos. I was like, okay.
That's cute. Yeah. How many people are in your support group? I think it's like...
I'm part of a couple different ones.
I'm only a part of one because I couldn't take it. 2,000.
Yeah, I think it's like... One's like 1,500, and I think one is like smaller. One's like 700.
Okay. Yeah.
But...
man, I had to get out of there. They're older. A lot of older people in there, so they're just...
And some people worry about their kids that have stuff, too.
Oh, God, my kids, it's a lot of children in there. Like, people who have children, and those are the sad
Although
ones.
I will say, like, when I was first diagnosed, I kind of wish I had those, because I didn't, I mean, Facebook was around. Well, yeah, it was around, but I didn't have it.
I don't think Facebook had groups like that.
Yeah,
like
they didn't have groups back then. Yeah, because this is back in, like, this is back when I was in high school, so, like, Facebook started when I was in high school, but I don't remember, like, when, I didn't have it till I was in college,
Yeah. Well, I had it in high school.
Yeah, well, you're a bit younger than I am, so.
No, I wasn't supposed to. It was for college kids, but I did have it, and I shouldn't have. I was like 22 in there or something. I was like 15 in real life.
You're like, hey, I'm gonna be like that Taylor Swift song, be 22.
Was I 15? No, I was I? Well, how old was I?
Do you ever ever have a fake ID?
No, I never did that. No, I was a good kid. I was too scared to get in trouble.
You were a good kid?
I was a great kid. Like, you know how many, like, comics, they're problem child. I was so good. I was in honors class. I graduated with honors diploma, top of my class.
Oh,
not like valedictorian, but like top 10. I was
okay. Yeah. Still.
So yeah, I've gotten to 8 out of 8 colleges I applied for. So
oh hell yeah!
I was a good kid. So imagine my parents surprising them like, I'm gonna be a comedian. They was like, why? Like, I don't know. Yes.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Kent State because I was in love with this guy.
Oh, you went because of the guy.
Yes, and I wanted to be close enough but far enough, because Cleveland State, if I would have went to because I was taking post-secondary at Cleveland State, which is like 30 minutes from my house, and if I went into the honors college, I would have had a free ride. But I was so tired of being in honors classes. I just wanted to be regular. I wanted to be a regular kid and not care anymore.
So what I did... I took honors classes in high school too, but then for college, because I didn't test out of, because I could have tested higher math. I was like, no, I just want to take one math class and be done.
That's what I did.
So I just took like the easy math class, and I was like, all right, cool, one and done.
I did not want to be in a million. I didn't have to take chemistry in school, like in college. I didn't have to take like a bunch of maths and a bunch of science. I took like physics, which was like.
What'd you major in?
I majored in nutrition.
Oh.
And then that was dumb. So I majored in journalism, mass communication, digital media production, so TV production. So that was boring because they focused on broadcasting.
So, like broadcasting news.
It was a broadcasting school, so that was stupid. I wanted to go to Ohio State, and I was so excited that I got into Ohio State. Mm-hmm. I was at work. It was right before Christmas, and I had an Ohio State acceptance letter. And people don't go to Ohio State in my school. They only go to, like, Kent State and Bowling Green and, like, which is, what else? A junior college in Cleveland State. But I got into Ohio State. And I was like, I'm going, and I didn't.
Because of a guy.
Freaking guy. We're not even together anymore.
It's so interesting. I feel like looking back when I was younger, how much I adjusted my life for guys.
Oh my God.
I was dating.
Yeah.
And I look back and I just want to like yell at my younger self, be like, no, stop, don't.
Well, here's the beauty of it. Like, everything plays out. Regardless, you're who you are because that's who you were going to be. Mm-hmm. So it's cool. It's all right. I probably still would have been a comedian maybe later. Mm-hmm. I was convinced that I was going to marry him when I got out of college. 23, we was going to have a kid. I'm 24 now. I could not imagine having a child and being married. No. So everything's for the best. I wish I would have went to Ohio State, but I'm grateful that I didn't.
Yeah.
You learn a lesson. Sometimes you're going to learn it early, you're going to learn it late. I learned it at 18. So
yeah.
I won't do it again.
And then the breakup led to stand-up, right? Or
yeah, basically. Well, we were off and on from 17 to I was 20, a little bit after that. Even after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't been physical with him since 2016. So, which is a long time.
I know how hard that is.
Yeah.
See, it's for me, a lot of it's also proximity. Mm-hmm. So, like, I broke up with someone in January, and then I found this awesome apartment, but it also happens to be, like, a 10-minute walk from where he lives.
Yeah.
So, it's like, it's a predicament,
Yeah.
And it's really hard, but at the same time, I think I've finally come to the point where I was like, okay, not gonna do that anymore.
Enough is enough, yo. Like, and plus he was my first, so it was really hard for me.
So
my
hard.
First everything, basically. It was really hard, but I was done. And I focused all that energy on stand up. So,
wow,
I'm grateful for that.
Did you fall in love since, or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I did.
Good. See,
Yeah.
that was my big thing with my...
Well, I ain't with nobody now, so it don't matter.
But the whole... I think once you've had, like, one love and then you're heartbroken, you think you'll never love again and all this bullshit. And it's like, no, you will. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You know, I had 2 relationships since then.
And you date men mostly, right?
I date men mostly.
Yes.
I have dated 2 women, and let's just say I'm not going to do that again. Just, back to men. I never chose women, just to get the record straight.
Okay, because I know you... I've seen, like, different stand-up you've done on this.
Yeah, I always say that I used to be gay.
Yeah, used to be
I always
gay.
say that. Yeah, so, yeah, mostly men.
Do you find a lot of women hit on you? Because all the time?
Yeah, all the time. But it's always been like that.
Yeah.
They want to change me, or they just I don't know. I don't know what they got going on.
Yeah. Do you ever find guys, like, assume that you're bi or something? Or
guys are intimidated by me. A lot of guys are intimidated by me. So they either, if they're interested, they don't ask because they think I'm gay and they think that I'm going, they don't like being rejected. Mm-hmm. So once I say I'm not, then they're like, oh, okay, but now, no, I don't want you because you're the type of guy who's simple-minded to thinking that because of the way that I dress or my hair, that I'm just one way. So I don't want you.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So I appreciate the men who
have balls to ask.
Yeah.
And, like just, like, have the confidence.
Like, just come talk to me. I'm still a woman,
And it could also just be you're talking and be like, hey, like,
yeah.
Are you into guys or girls? Like, it's just a simple question.
Like, I thought you was gay. Like that.
Oh, is that the reactions
irritating.
You get?
Yeah, they're like, yeah. Since then, I'm not desperate. Okay?
Yeah.
I said I was straight, not desperate. I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's interesting. But you do also do, like, some comedy things where you are playing a gay character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Because I do a lot of videos with Mina, and she comes up with a lot of ideas. We come up with a lot of ideas together, and we do have a large LGBTQ following. And it's always been like that for me, even before I ever thought about doing a gay video, ever. They gravitate,
Yeah, that happens. That's awesome to have a good following.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the following I get. A lot of women, too. I have a huge women following. A lot of women. It's like 70-30.
Interesting.
Yeah.
70-30?
women, yeah.
Oh, wow.
70%.
Do you find that the shows that you do here are that equally balanced like that?
I don't know. I've been on a lot of LGBTQ shows when it was all women.
Yeah.
I did one in San Diego, and it was nothing but gay women.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen, whenever I've gone to San Diego, I haven't seen a ton of women comics. Not that, like, in terms of the ratio.
Oh, well, a lot of the comics were from here. We just went to San Diego.
They just went, I see. Yeah. So you said you did videos, and so you kind of just continued doing that stuff?
I stopped doing videos for a year to focus on stand-up, to develop the skills separately. And then I came back in 2017. And then I've been doing videos consistently since 2017. So from 2013 to 2016, basically. And then
I do want to talk about your millennial house fire that you had, which is your IG being, that's the way you phrased it, right? Like the IG being shut down.
Oh my God, yeah, that was, man, I don't even know what happened. It just was random, it just was deleted, and I didn't understand, and I was upset. I would have
been so upset.
I was upset because I worked so hard. I worked so hard over the years, and I had so much content. I had 6 years of content. Like, you could watch my page for hours. Literally, it's over 1,000 videos. Over 1,200. It's a bunch of videos on there, and it was all gone. And I was pissed. And I didn't have them backed up. Who has 1,000 videos
backed up?
Yeah, I was shooting on iPhone 4, so I didn't have a laptop to put my videos on.
Oh, wow.
So, I just started shooting with a camera in 2017 and editing on my computer in 2017. But I was for 4 years I was using my phone, so I didn't have them.
Wow. So did you just I know you posted and you're just like, hey, message at Instagram, and then
I kept messaging Instagram, and then you have to go through Facebook, and it was just I had to keep sending them stuff. I don't know what happened. It got deleted or whatever, and then I got it back, and I was like, thank God.
That's scary. I don't know what I would. I think that's a moment where everyone's like, it's like losing your phone. It's like,
yeah, it was. I was pissed. That's like losing some scripts that you wrote.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's your resume. You can't even get into the door for like auditions without 100,000 followers.
And for some places in LA, it's crazy.
So I got 100,000 and you gonna take it from me? You know how long it took me to get this? I was so bad.
I would be too, man. That's crazy.
And then, man, it was just, I was like, you know what? Forget it. Whatever. And I'm like, I can't give up on these people, on this stuff. And I got
started like a second one.
I did. And then I used that to post throwbacks. Oh. And people keep asking me, where's this video? Because they don't want to search.
Yeah, you can scroll down. But that's 1,200 to scroll through, so I get it.
I guess. Yeah, I get it. Whatever.
Yeah. How many days did it take?
Like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
I was like, I lost it. I was in Cleveland, and then I came back to LA, and I still didn't have it. And I was like, dang it, pissed.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I would be, especially with that many followers, I'd be real upset.
Yeah, but that's what people do. They hate on you, like, after you reach a certain point. Because I never got videos reported when I was at, like, under 100,000.
Do you know what video it was?
No, it wasn't a video. They reported my page. I don't know why. I don't know.
Oh, just because people just are salty? Because
I never got a notification or email or anything. It was random. I don't know what happened. But I did have a couple of videos in 2019. I had maybe like 10 videos get reported.
Wow. Did you, have you ever had anything like weird, like any like people that follow you too much or just like showing up to your shows or like any weird...
No, I didn't really have that. I get a lot of weird stuff in my DMs, a lot of dick pics and
just straight up, just not even just like, hey, just picture.
No, just penis and then vagina. This girl sent me a video of her fingering herself.
I feel like they get off on the idea that they're sharing the video.
It's disgusting. It's sexual harassment.
It's really gross, and like I feel like you should have like a conversation or a question. Hey, can I you can't just...
It's so weird, and a lot of men do not know how to talk to women. Like, somebody was like, this is recent, this is like yesterday, dude was like, oh, you thick, and I was like, okay, thanks. And then he was like, I'm trying to find out. I was like, find out what? And he was like, to be honest, I'm trying to have sex with you, or I'm trying to give you head because you were so beautiful. And block. What? I don't even know this dude.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah, and then sometimes they'll just say something weird, like as a response to a story that makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. They're like, yeah, put it on me. Like, what? What do you... Yeah. What?
It's like, lick that. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? What is this video? Like...
People... I don't know. But if you, like, look at famous people Instagrams and their comments, like, they have crazy people in their comments as well. It's like... Kevin Hart, he had something like, please, Kevin. This girl was like, please, Kevin, I want to swallow your dick and your children and stuff like that. Like, it was ridiculous.
Oh.
It's like, Jesus Christ. These people are just... It's sexual harassment.
It is. And I feel like people need to learn how to, like, not... Just don't do that.
Don't be rapey.
I mean, yeah, just don't be creepy. Like...
It's simple.
Rules for not being creepy. Like, if you have like a creepy thought, just don't share it.
Yeah, it's weird. And why do you feel comfortable to share that with me?
It's because people are hidden behind screens. It's because back in the day, before we had cell phones and internet, like, men and women had to physically call someone and talk to them on the phone, and that was like a moment of nervousness and things like that, and they were like worried about what they're gonna say and all this. And now, because there's no shame, because it's like nobody really knows who you are. Like, yeah, this person could look like their picture, or they could have bought a bunch of stock photos, and then that's who the person is, you know what I mean? So people can hide behind, the whole catfish shit, you know, like that.
The fact that's even still happening is so weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, that's scary. Like,
it's
scary how easy it is, because I've known people who have had other people, like, use their photos for a different Instagram.
Oh, yeah, I got friends like that.
And stuff like that.
Girls. Yeah,
and also for, like, Tinder and stuff like that, and then be like, that's not me, like, it's like, that sucks.
It really does. It's crazy. I just want to know, who is it working for?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah. Why?
They keep doing it because it's working.
It can't be.
It has to be, because what? Like, who said? You think I'm gonna be like? If you think that I'm this famous person, you think I'm gonna be like to a random person? Yeah, come do it. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen. It has to work for somebody.
Man,
it's disgusting.
That's scary.
It's weird, and I block them all the time because they can. They're weird. They can pop up at a show.
Yeah.
weird.
But wait, if you have a public profile and you block them, can they still look at...
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They'll only have to be able to look at through my stuff on a different page, if they had a different page or someone else's page, or they watch it on YouTube. It's the only way. I don't know how to block people on YouTube, so...
I don't know if you can. I don't know. I don't know YouTube as well.
Me either. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Tell me about... So you got your... So you said you wrote jokes you hadn't even done before for the album that you recorded?
Mm-hmm.
So what was that like? Like, so... Because typically for albums, people, like, have been doing them for a long time. So to do fresh jokes for an album, that's kind of ballsy.
I only did, like, it was like 4 or 5 jokes that I had been saying. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this needs to be longer. And it was like some jokes I just didn't get to. Because it was like I was on the show. And then I was like, okay, let me make sure I'm funny so they can bring me back. But Malcolm Hatchett told me, because he did his album, Wire Talk. Mm-hmm. And that's where...
because of his...
Yeah. So he has like 30 minutes of fresh material, raw material, just like that. And he was like, just don't matter. It doesn't need to be perfect. People are going to appreciate the rawness of it, of you being true. Being true and being honest with what you're going through. So don't worry about it. Just say what you want to say. It's yours. So I was like, okay. So I wrote down some jokes, and then I said it for the first time, and they worked. They might not work again. I don't know. And they laughed. So I was like, okay, that's going on the album. So that's all. That's it.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking. I was like, I need to make sure this is funny. I didn't want to do like 2-3 more months of hitting these mics and trying to figure out if this material is gonna work. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. Like, some of the jokes I only said one time.
Yeah.
And that was it. That time is the time that's on there.
Oh, that's kind of magical. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and there's no laugh tracks added.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how people add laugh tracks?
Oh, yeah.
No laugh tracks.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
I read a show, and you can tell if people, like, adjust that, or, like, adjust the volume of the laughs or something.
Yeah, I didn't just any volume laugh or anything.
And you just did it self-produced?
Mm-hmm. I edited it, put it together. It's a compilation of voice memos from different shows. So the mic is different in each show. So, it sound like this on this show, or this one might sound like that one because it's a different mic.
Oh, got it.
The audio throughout is not the same.
Oh, and so you can order it in different... Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's like,
so it wasn't a beginning to end.
It's a beginning to end.
But did you do it all, like, you didn't record it all in one setting?
No, it's all different tracks, all different shows. So, like, the beginning, the intro is not a joke. It's just the compilation of me being brought up to the stage. It's just coming to say Jasmyn Carter, different way people bring me up, and how many shows I did to get these jokes out. So
how many shows was it?
I don't know. It was a lot. I didn't use all of them, but it was a lot. Mm-hmm. But some of them, the clips are long because it's like people forgot my name or people are talking. You can hear like somebody like, where the weed at? On my intro, and then the outro is me saying goodbye. So the different ways I'm saying goodbye. So show like I might have bombed. I'm like, all right, never mind, forget that, whatever. So, and then the middle is me forgetting jokes. It wasn't purposely done that way, but I had so many shows since my surgery that I was forgetting my jokes.
So do you have like issues remembering stuff?
Only my jokes. I only forget my jokes. Sometimes I do forget certain memories that I should remember. Mm-hmm. Like somebody I met, I'm like, I don't remember.
I have a horrible name, so to be honest.
But like somebody that I know, I know, and I just don't remember them. So yeah, it's a compilation of me, and Mina is there, so you can hear her voice. So it's like, Mina, what was I gonna say? So it's just a compilation of me forgetting jokes. It's like a minute long. So.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I like this. There's a whole track of you just forgetting jokes.
Yeah, it's a whole track, and I'm like, what was I gonna say? And it's a back and forth between me and Mina she's trying to tell me the joke without telling the punchline.
I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really fun. Yeah, is she at like all your shows? Or
yeah, because we drive together. It's her car, so we go everywhere together.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So you're roommates, you do web series together.
Yeah. So I'm always at her show, she always at my shows. It works out,
That's awesome. So you have someone that really knows your comedy like super well.
Yeah, she knows all my jokes.
Do you write for each other at all?
No, we don't write for each other. Like, just the standard comedian, like add a tag if you think of a tag, but we don't sit and write each other's jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do.
You could probably perform each other's jokes, right?
I could perform her jokes.
Actually, that'd be fun to see a show where you're both on the show and you perform her jokes.
I would do it just like her too. I had a couple of people back home that I could do their jokes. Like we would do an open mic, and I'm like, go up as me, and I go.
We used to have a show like that in Chicago where you could do that, or like it was just like a segment of a show, or somebody did that.
I gotta be like your Rolly, you know.
Yeah, it's
so
really
I could
close.
do it with her. I could probably do it with. I probably could just out here. I can only do it with her.
Yeah. Well, as we're winding in the podcast, I usually ask people because we didn't talk about dreams that much this podcast, but like usually ask what like your dreams and goals are for your future.
Oh, like near future or like just future? In general?
Take that however you want.
I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And the best comedian I could be in all ways. I want to be able to, when people talk about their favorite comedians, a lot of people mention me, and they talk about who had a what do you say, like impact on comedy. I want them to say my name too, because when you ask people who's your favorite comedian, not a lot of people say women. Not a lot of men say women. Mm-hmm. So I don't even have a favorite comedian, but like a lot of women, you like, who's your favorite comedian? No one really says women. So I want somebody to be like, oh yeah, Jasmyn, you know what I'm saying? She was funny.
Yeah, and
so that's what I want.
And eventually just be like, just Jasmyn. Nobody, you don't even have to say the last name, just Jasmyn.
They know who they talking about.
Yeah.
They know who I'm talking about, who they talking about. So yeah, that's all.
I think that's a good goal.
Encourage people to be the best version of be themselves. Like there's so many, like the young generation are trying so hard to be somebody that they're not and try to, appeal to everything. Just be yourself. You're still attractive.
Yeah, I like how you are like you dress how you want to dress.
Yeah, I don't care.
I really
get
love
my
that.
husband.
What?
I said I'm gonna get my husband.
Well, thanks so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you. Sorry, it was hard to get a hold of.
No, it's cool. I know people are blowing up your DMs, so.
On Facebook, that is definitely true.
Yeah. Well, we always end by saying good night. So good night, everybody.
Night.
Thanks for listening to Sleeping with Sarah, where I slept with Jasmyn Carter. Be sure to check out Jasmyn's album, Too Much Head, on iTunes and Amazon Music. Also follow Jasmyn on Instagram at __Jasmyn with a Y. If you like the podcast, please rate and review on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. We're brought to you by Audible.com. Go to audibletrial.com/sleepingwithsarah. I'm releasing a new podcast each week, so please tune in to find out who I have in bed with me next. Thanks to Josh Bryant for the music, and if you want to find out more, please go to sarahalbritton.com and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at sarahalbritton. Until next time, good night.
Sleeping with Sarah.